What is the best and easiest way to euthanize a dog at home with Benadryl? Wondering how to euthanize a dog at home with Benadryl? Well, there are a few different methods that can be used to euthanize a dog. Some of the most common methods include shooting the dog in the head, using a lethal injection, or strangling the dog. However, there is a much easier way to euthanize a dog that doesn't involve any of those methods. In fact, the method is so easy that many pet owners choose to do it themselves at home. The easiest way to euthanize a dog. The easiest way to euthanize a dog is by using Benadryl. Benadryl is a medication that is used to treat allergies. It is also effective at causing dogs to become sleepy and relaxed. When a dog takes Benadryl, it will eventually fall asleep and die peacefully. The recommended dosage of Benadryl for euthanizing a dog is 225 mg capsules. It is always best to consult your veterinarian before giving any medication to your dog. If your dog is pregnant or nursing, you should not give them Benadryl. What to consider when euthanizing a dog with Benadryl? There are a few things you need to keep in mind when euthanizing a dog with Benadryl. First, you will need to have some place where the dog can be left to die. It is important to make sure the dog is in a calm and quiet environment so that it doesn't suffer. You should also make sure the dog isn't near any other animals or people who could be harmed by the dog's death. It is best to give the dog Benadryl orally, but you can also give it intravenously if necessary. If you are giving the dog Benadryl intravenously, you will need to have a veterinarian do it for you. Once the dog has taken the Benadryl, you will need to wait for it to die. This can take anywhere from 30 minutes to a few hours. During this time, you should remain with the dog and keep it calm. Euthanizing a dog with Benadryl is a safe and humane way to put your pet down. It is quick, painless, and easy to do. If you are considering euthanizing your dog, Benadryl is the best option. Is there a right time to euthanize your dog? There are a lot of factors to consider when it comes to deciding when the right time to euthanize your dog is. Some of these factors include how healthy your dog is, whether your dog is in pain, and how much longer your dog is expected to live. If your dog is terminally ill or suffering from an incurable condition, then euthanasia may be the best option. If your dog has cancer, for example, there's a good chance that he or she will experience a great deal of pain in the final stages of the disease. In cases like this, euthanasia can be a mercy for your pet. If your dog is old and no longer able to enjoy life, then euthanasia may also be the right decision. An old dog may have trouble getting around and may be in constant pain from arthritis or other age-related conditions. In this case, euthanasia can allow your pet to die peacefully and without pain. There are also cases where euthanasia may be the best option for the owner. If you are no longer able to care for your dog, for instance, euthanasia may be the kindest thing you can do. Ultimately, it is up to the owner to decide when the right time to euthanize their pet is. There is no one right answer, and everyone will make their decision based on their own individual circumstances. If you are unsure about what to do, it is always best to talk to your veterinarian. They will be able to help you make the best decision for your pet. Euthanasia and dog euthanasia, what are they? Euthanasia is the practice of putting an animal to death in a humane way. This can be done for a variety of reasons, including if the animal is terminally ill, suffering, or has been severely injured. Dog euthanasia is a specific type of euthanasia that is used specifically for dogs. It is similar to human euthanasia, but there are some key differences. For example, dog euthanasia usually involves an injection of a lethal drug into the dog's veins. This causes the dog to lose consciousness and die quickly and painlessly. The best way to euthanize your dog at home using Benadryl. There are a few ways to euthanize a dog at home. One way is to inject them with a lethal dose of barbiturates. Another way is to give them an overdose of sleeping pills. But the most common and least expensive way is to give them an overdose of Benadryl. Benadryl is an over-the-counter antihistamine that can be purchased at any drugstore. It's important to use the liquid form rather than the pill form because it's easier to measure the dosage accurately. You'll need to know your dog's weight in order to calculate the dosage. The recommended dosage for dogs is 1 mg per pound of body weight. So if your dog weighs 50 pounds, you would give them 50 mg of Benadryl. You can either mix the Benadryl with some food or water, or you can inject it directly into your dog's bloodstream. If you choose to mix it with food or water, make sure to give it to your dog immediately. If you choose to inject it, wait until your dog is unconscious before administering the injection. Once your dog has taken the overdose of Benadryl, they will start to feel sleepy and lethargic. Their heart rate will slow down, and eventually, their heart will stop beating. It usually takes about 30 minutes for a dog to die after taking an overdose of Benadryl. If you're euthanizing your dog at home, it's important to be prepared for the aftermath. You'll need to dispose of your dog's body properly, and you may also need to deal with their remains. Contact your local animal control agency for more information. Euthanizing a dog at home can be a difficult decision, but it's sometimes the best option for a terminally ill or suffering pet. If you're unsure about what to do, speak to your veterinarian about your options. They may be able to help you make the right decision for your dog. Benadryl and euthanasia, is it legal? Putting a dog to sleep with Benadryl. When a beloved pet starts to experience chronic health problems, many pet owners decide to euthanize their pet themselves, using Benadryl. Benadryl is an OTC, over-the-counter, medication that is used to treat allergies. It is also sometimes used as a sedative or an anti-inflammatory. In small doses, it is considered safe for pets. Some pet owners choose to euthanize their pet with Benadryl because they feel it is more humane than putting their pet through the stress and anxiety of a trip to the veterinarian's office. Others may feel that they can provide a more peaceful death for their pet than a veterinary clinic could. While there is no law against euthanizing your own pet with Benadryl, there are some things to consider before doing so. First, it is important to consult with your veterinarian about the best way to dose your pet with Benadryl. Inappropriate dosing can be dangerous for your pet. Second, you should make sure that you have enough Benadryl on hand to euthanize your pet. It is important to note that Benadryl can be toxic in high doses, so it is important to use the correct dosage. Finally, you should make sure that you are prepared for the emotional stress of euthanizing your pet yourself. This is a difficult decision, and it can be emotionally draining to carry out. If you decide that euthanizing your pet with Benadryl is the best course of action, make sure to consult with your veterinarian and follow their instructions carefully. Euthanizing your pet is a difficult decision, but it may be the best thing for your pet's welfare. Is it possible for a dog to wake up after euthanasia? There is no one definitive answer to this question as it depends on a number of factors, including the dog's age and health condition, how much euthanasia solution was used, and the method of administration. However, in most cases, dogs will not wake up after being euthanized. One exception is if a very small amount of euthanasia solution was used and the dog was injected intravenously. In this case, there is a small chance the dog could wake up. However, if a larger amount of solution was used or the dog was euthanized by injection into the muscle, it is highly unlikely the dog would wake up. Generally speaking, dogs who are euthanized will lapse into a deep and peaceful sleep from which they will not wake up. This is why it is so important to make sure your dog is comfortable and secure in his or her final moments. If you are worried about your dog's welfare,